Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Volume 3 of Sturm und Drang, the exploration of that turbulent time in the classical period around the late 1760s and early 1770s, somewhere in that area, where music became tense and anxious and exciting. Well, it was always exciting and it was always wonderful. There was always tension and anxiety, but this was particularly tense and anxious with the exploration of music in minor keys. The first two volumes of this series have been marvelous. We made videos. This is just as marvelous. Apparently, there are going to be 6 or 7 volumes. I cannot wait to see what else they do. This is really just a terrific concept, because each of these discs is a concert in and of itself, consisting of one of the great Sturm und Drang symphonies by Haydn, or 2, I don't know, and then similar works by other people who were participants in that movement, other composers, works that you wouldn't have heard of, and opera arias and things like that. It's a beautifully laid out program. I'll give you an example. This one, Volume 3, it begins with Mozart's Adagio and Fugue in C minor, Kochel 546. Now, properly speaking, this was composed, it's Kochel 546, so we're talking late 1780s, way past the Sturm und Drang period, after it had ended. But Mozart, of course, had his own kind of personal Sturm und Drang period in his personal minor key of G minor, where we have things like the G minor symphony. Well, there are 2 of them, but the big one, particularly Don Giovanni, which is one of the classic pre-romantic storm and stress kind of pieces. The G minor string quintet, which is extraordinary, and a couple pieces in C minor as well, and D minor, the D minor piano concerto, number 20, number 24, which is in C minor, and this work, the Adagio and Fugue in C minor, which is exquisite, and it's beautifully performed. And then we've got let's see, who's this guy? Schwelzer. Yeah, well, you can read who he is. Schwelzer, yes. Es ist gekommen zwischen Angst und zwischen Hoffen, from his opera Alceste. Alcestis. I don't know, it's going to be in German, but it's Alceste. And it's between angst and between hope. Zwischen Angst. Angst is angst. I don't even have to translate it. And, oh my goodness, yeah, so there's that. And then we have Leopold Kozeluch. Kozeluch was a seguaci, as H.C. Robbins Landon called him, a follower of Haydn, who wrote, tons and tons and tons of symphonies and other orchestral pieces. And here is his symphony in G minor, which is quite intense and beautiful. And we've got Paisiello, Empi fermate ola, Smarita tremante, from Annibale in Torino. Hannibal in Turin. Yes, well, he did. He crossed the Alps, remember, with his elephants, and I guess he wound up in Turin. He was, looking for, a car instead of an elephant, and you could buy one in Turin. Anyway, whatever Hannibal was doing there, apparently there was some trembling and stuff going on. The singer, by the way, in these things is Emily Pogorelts. Could be Pogorelch, but she's not. She's a Pogorelch, which is a version of the same name. She's very good. All the singers of this series have just been terrific, really first-class singers. And it concludes with Haydn's Symphony Number 44. The Trauer Symphony, mourning. Mourning as in not like morning, noon, and night, mourning as in death, Mourning. It was called that because Haydn wanted the Adagio to be played at his funeral. The Adagio is an exquisite piece. It's not actually in the minor key at all, but it's deeply affecting and beautiful. The rest of the symphony is full of all kinds of anxiety and hysteria and turbulence. And, oh my God, it's one of the great Haydn Sturm und Drang works. So there you go. The playing on these performances has been marvelous. It's period instruments, good sounding period instruments, an orchestra of the right size to give the music the weight and intensity it deserves, the dynamic range. The strings don't sound like you're skinning your cat. They sound like a body of violins. and other instruments. I mean, really, and the performances are just top-notch, intense, and powerful. And the sonics are marvelous. So this is on the Signum label. The performers are the Mozartists, led by Ian Page, who is their guiding spirit. And I really look forward to more things in this series. This has been beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and they're just wonderful discs to listen to, start to finish. You get plenty of music, tons of music. They're programmed for optimal variety, and really, it just goes to show what you could do if you're like smart. Such a rarity in this business, but every so often, smart people pop up, and this is the result. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.